When you become pregnant, there are so many changes your body experiences, such as your sense of smell improves, you experience pregnancy brain, and you crave foods you have never enjoyed before.
But did you know that you can actually experience carpal tunnel syndrome during pregnancy? Well, Judi Schuler, the co-author of Your Pregnancy Books, is here to tell us more. And Judi, you always amaze us with these things that can happen while you're pregnant that we never knew about.
Well, you know, that's what the book we try to do, is try to give you as much information so if something like this happens, you know why. So carpal tunnel actually can occur during pregnancy when you never have it any other time.
That's amazing.
And about 25% of all pregnant women experience some sort of symptoms. Most of them are mild. You know, they're just, you know, discomfort, a little bit of pain. Some of them, for about 1 to 2% of all pregnant women who have this problem, have severe symptoms. And I had a cousin who said her symptoms were so severe with her 4th pregnancy that she had to wear splints, and I mean, she was trying to take care of her other 3 kids.
Did she get the surgery because of it?
No, you don't get surgery.
Okay.
Because carpal tunnel during pregnancy is caused, well, anytime it's caused by pressure on the median nerve. And we were talking about, you know, is it repetitive motions? Well, during pregnancy, remember we've talked about the blood volume increasing by 50% in pregnant women to support the pregnancy. Well, oftentimes that leads to swelling. And what happens is that the swelling actually puts pressure on the median nerve, and that's what causes the carpal tunnel. Has nothing to do with how repetitive, you know, your motions are or anything else. It's to do with swelling. And so for most women, you know, as I said, it's mild, and it's really not something that they have to even think about surgery. Like for Bernie, when she had it, it was more of wearing the splints because they don't want to do surgery because it normally disappears after pregnancy.
Well, I have to say, I mean, I feel like I've never been diagnosed with carpal tunnel, but I think it's very painful. I know that you get it often from typing and
or
not changing
somebody
the
doing
position.
something like, you know, cashier when you're going through.
But it's very painful.
It is, and it can actually affect your fingers, your hand, your wrist, your forearm, all the way up to the shoulder. And so it can be, and it can be extremely painful. But for the mild symptoms, we suggest, you know, you just take, you know, some acetaminophen, Tylenol, but avoid ibuprofen and aspirin because they're blood thinners, and you don't want to take blood thinners during pregnancy. And if you have the more severe symptoms, Bernie said the only thing that she could do, and her husband's a doctor, was the only thing she could do was wear the splints, and she wore them at night or when she was resting. But she said it was one of the things you just, you know, she couldn't wait for pregnancy to be over so that she didn't have any more problems with the carpal tunnel.
And so you said that was her 4th pregnancy.
Her 4th pregnancy.
So it doesn't matter how many times you've been pregnant, if it's your 1st or your 4th?
No, it doesn't. It has to do with the swelling. And so if your body swelled, like I had swollen hands and swollen feet, but some other people get swelling in different parts of their body, their upper body, their face, wherever. And so in this case, it's actually in the wrist and hand area. So,
Judi, how do the splints help?
They keep it rigid. They keep it so that the hands don't move. And I think that's what Bernie said, you know, having to do things like dishing out things and pouring things and everything like that, well, she had it. She said that was very, you know, hard to do because you're picking up a milk bottle, but it's putting pressure on your hands. So it kind of relieves the ability to move your hands so that you know, if you pick up something, it might not cause as much problems. So.
Wow, I'm just always so informative when you come because it's just like all of this stuff that happens that you don't think about.
Well, as we say, if you know about it, if it happens to you, you won't panic for one thing, hopefully. And then you can go to your doctor. That's a really good idea. And if you do have the problem and your doctor says it's severe enough, they can actually write you an excuse. And in certain situations, the Pregnancy Discrimination Act will allow your employer, you know, they have to move you to another job. So you will maybe be relieved from what you have to do all the time. It depends on how many people work there and everything else. But your doctor can document it.
And what trimester would this swelling normally happen? I mean, I know it's probably different for every woman, but you said 25% of women will get it.
Right.
So does that typically happen toward the end of your pregnancy?
It would be, I would say, like the middle to end of your second trimester all the way through. That's when the swelling normally starts. Up until that time, you have this increase, but it's not so much and that you would experience this, but you never know. Some people might experience it earlier. So if you do have the problem, talk to your doctor about it, because it's something that he or she's probably seen before and can give you some information.
Can you ever swell so much that the health of the baby's at risk?
I haven't heard about that.
Okay.
I think that mainly the swelling is that it's just very uncomfortable and can cause, various things happening in different parts of
Can other things happen besides carpal tunnel syndrome?
For swelling?
Yeah.
Well, you might not be able to wear your wedding rings. I couldn't wear my wedding rings when my son was born. I had a plastic wedding ring on because my hands were so swollen. So, you want to be careful with jewelry and things like that. And your feet, I never saw my feet until after he was born. It was just one of those things that you just put up with.
Oh my gosh. So many sacrifices.
So shoes,
I know.
Shoes are
Sign
an issue.
me up. No.
Shoes are an issue if you have swollen feet.
Yeah, that's why in summer, I see pregnant women as flip-flops.
Yep, I wore them. Size 9 leather flip-flops. And that's the only thing I could wear.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, it happens.
Unbelievable. Judi, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And to learn more about pregnancy, just head to Judi's website, yourpregnancybook.com.
And don't go anywhere. We'll tell you what's on deck for tomorrow's show coming up right after this break.